the realm of their control. It did look like sometimes the trolling would slip up a little bit, but they managed to nail the landing at the end of the day. The layer cake for bounties where we're going to be kicking off the series, and 64% of you guys at home are going with SKCalalas, which is interesting. Probably because you don't know that Leave No Witness, well, you know, they were ex-Marruecos, which won both previous monthly finals and have yet to lose in the BSC. But if you were listening to the casters, well, you'd be getting this one right.
Exactly. Sometimes we just know these kind of things. I mean, yes, SKCalalas might actually win this one and prove us wrong yet again, but at the end of the day, the favourites coming into this one are definitely Leave No Witness. Gene going to be the first pick coming in, Thrower's banned out from their side as well, and Thrower's banned out on the other side. Penny going to be the first pick of SKCalalas, but ban-wise, we've got the Sprout, the Grom, the RT, Tick, but Grey's going to be banned out on this one. Grom and RT going to be banned out. We've actually got mirror bans on either side, but the Penny and the Grey picks going to be coming in from SKCalalas.
It's interesting. I mean, Grey has been really popular in the region. Don't get me wrong. It is there in the meta, like everywhere, right? But I would say that so far, I've been impressed by South America's wish to play him so much. Maybe it's just me, but it does feel like it's one of those brawlers that they're slowly appropriating to themselves, as they've done with other brawlers like Bo and Mr. P. But we'll be seeing an Ashe now join the ranks of Leave No Witness with the Janet as well. And the Ashe is definitely something that SKCalalas, they need to be ready for, and they need some sort of strong counter pick.
Yeah, it really is. I mean, on Layer Cake especially, it's tough to find the counter to Ashe. If you get in those aggressive portions of the map, you have the robotic rats, and you're going to be able to tank quite a lot. Obviously, Penny's going to be able to splash through quite a lot of those, and Carl able to do the same with his pickaxe, return into him as well. It will pretty much take out those robotic rats with a snap of his fingers. And a bit of protective pirouette on there as well can do pretty well against the Ashe, but you just have to pick your moment, especially when he's not rage up. It's probably the prime time.
All right, Carl is an interesting way to go. I just don't know if they have the DPS to deal with the Ashe if he's pushing up. There's no wall breaks, no way of opening up the map, no way of removing the bushes, and not a ton of damage either. Sure, you know, a well-placed salty barrel can pretty much procure a 1 or 2 shot onto the Ashe, but he shouldn't really be giving you that sort of range anyways. So, I don't know. It's scary to me. The blue star is going to be picked up easily by SKCalalas, but that's about it. And there's a little bit of wall break with the gadget from Lukitas, but it's still fairly limited, all things considered.
Yeah, not really going to get a lot done, and it could be pretty much figured out with just a swap, but looks like he might be going straight through this mid and trying to find Exic by surprise, and he might do it right now after avoiding that shot, but doesn't actually choose to make the move. He's actually not even going to be playing. Have to point that out, that is not actually a player at the moment. Alonso, though, might be getting the kill and does get the trade. Robotic rats down, but the TP in from Lakitas needs to be traded out, and the bot secures the kill.
All right, fair enough. Well, 1-star lead now for Leave No Witness. They have the gene pull as well, so if anyone over-aggresses, it's going to be a short affair. Mortar is finding some value as Alonso a little bit slow on the reaction time for a second. Same for Loco now, caught off guard. And same for Riz. So far, Mortar is doing more than all 3 players combined on the side of SKCalalas. You love to see it.
Well, it is a little bit of a stalemate, so you can't blame them for not being able to make the move. But at the moment, the Penny turret is doing a lot of work, I will say. Loco needs to try and find something with his gene pull, but at the moment doesn't really want to rush it, waiting for them to push into them, because eventually they're going to have to. They are 1-star down, even if it is just that blue star and a 1-star lead. They're eventually going to have to make a push, and he might be able to try and find this pull. Not sure if we've got any salty barrels left. We do still for Alchi. Throws a little bit more of an aggressive turret, and the salty barrel to tank out the pull is baited out.
Yeah, but with 15 seconds left, I think it's a good timing to just pop one. He still has one left as well, so he's still safe. Exic is going in onto Alonso. Everyone's low, but no one's going down on the side of Leave No Witness. It's not quite the same story for SKCalalas as they do lose
the threats, should I say, on the opposing side of SKCalalas. Leave No Witness managed to take it home, and definitely a bit of a fight for the blue star. Exic does manage to grab it yet again, and need to try and keep it this time rather than have that kind of pushing into a gene pull affair towards the end.
Loco tagged up. This time around, the pull from Lukita is not quite gonna find a connection onto Alonso. And slowly but surely, Leave No Witness are creeping up the map. Loco be quite low HP there as well, but he's fine. The pull onto the drop to base, making sure that it's not gonna be keeping them low. And the pull at last from Loco will connect. Alki goes down, and Exic is in trouble as well, forced to fall the way back into his spawn. 1-star lead now for Leave No Witness, and they're not willing to give up any positioning either.
Yeah, well, a little bit of a stalemate once more, but Lakitas has this teleport, so can still do quite a lot of work with just one push, but he is on the Ashe side, and that's not the smart teleport to take. Loco's got this pull as well, and surely got to be going for Exic here. Needs to try and make the pathway through, but the turret is going to be placed down. Alonso trying to find some damage, does avoid that walking cane and stays alive. Depends how long that's going to last. Nice follow-up shots as well. TP coming in, Robotic Rats might return, and the knockback and shots follow up as well. Mortar almost goes down, Ree's going to fly away, and that is wonderful gameplay from Leave No Witness. And honestly, they did leave no witnesses.
Yeah, they really didn't, and so far it's looking good for the blue side of things. And Mortar is placed down. We did see how much value it can bring earlier, but even that wasn't quite enough. Final countdown about to come true, and SKCalalas, they need a bunch of kills.
Yeah, Paul going to be baited out by the teleport back, but I'm pretty sure he might have wanted that teleport in rather than teleporting out. But now the shots come through. Ree's going to be able to get the shots off, and it is the blue star, but it's turned around by the flying bomb of Ree's to take the set lead.
It was a good attempt, but yeah, as you said, I feel like the draft was rough, and I agree with you. I mean, I think Carl was one of their most solid brawlers there. I just feel like it should have been picked earlier, or, you know, they should have been more tank aware, I guess, earlier on in the draft. I don't know. It just felt like they said, oh, they picked Ashe. Let's just, you know, stick it to our own game plan. You need to adapt with an Ashe being picked, and we'll see if they'll learn from their mistakes. It's Flaring Phoenix is a map where you can see some tanks as well. But for now, it's going to be a first big Gus on the side of Leave No Witness. Our bans will include a Mandy and a Pam, which are interesting bans to me. Definitely not terrible brawlers here, but not necessarily brawlers I would, you know, rate incredibly highly either, at least not myself.
No, I mean, I don't think so either. And I will question the Gus first because, well, I'm not sure if I like that too much. And throwers are usually going to be coming down, but maybe a little bit later on in the draft, so not really sure what Gus is going to be able to do against the majority of those with his kind of relatively low damage. But Meg going to be coming in after that, and SKCalalas off to a great start with this draft with that pick.
I agree. I mean, Meg is an absolute threat everywhere. I don't mind the Gus myself. I feel like, even though he doesn't deal a ton of damage, you're absolutely right. I do think he has decent burst damage with his gadget, and that can be enough at times to just, you know, get a quick elimination. But on the side of SKCalalas, that's kind of the problem you were talking about. Even having a little bit of burst is not going to be enough because they have incredibly tanky brawlers already brought into the mix.
Yeah, we'll see if these throwers are going to be picked up now, or if SKCalalas is going to be able to snag one with that last pick. Obviously, Tick being banned out, so it's kind of Grom or Sprout that they're going to want to be picking up, but not really sure what they're going to be going now. We'll see with this pick from Leave No Witness should be coming in shortly, and it's going to be Penny. I do like that. Obviously, going to have some good splash damage when the mortar's established. It's going to be really, really strong. And with a slow-moving body, you can get some good shots and get that turret quick, and I guess the same with Meg with all the tanky HP.
Yeah, I don't mind the Penny either. I think it's pretty decent, and with a slower movement speed that you have on the Meg, you can still find some nice connections with the Mortar too, and we saw in the previous set that the Mortar was connecting more often than not. And sure, it was against Leave No Witness, but I'm still assuming that it will be able to find a decent bit of value. Carl is going to be their final pick. Don't particularly mind it, but it's not going to be the most exotic pick here for Flaring Phoenix. But I kind of don't mind them going for a safer approach with the draft here. They know that they are the better team, and if it's a somewhat fair matchup, they should be able to bring it home. SKCalalas, they got their chance now to impress us with their final pick and see if maybe they want to pull through with something aggressive. Otis fairly aggressive, but also able to really stand his own ground. I like the idea, you know, you really want to be going towards the end games and then go for a mute and basically eliminate a player even before the final fight has started. But I don't know if it's going to cut it here for SKCalalas. They do have a decent comp. I especially love the Bonnie and the Meg, but they also have to execute it right. And that for me is going to be the bigger challenge.
Yeah, well, the Otis, I do like it. Fat Splatter's obviously really good, but Carl can quite often get the super off and still go aggressive on that when the mute is in effect. And maybe I would have preferred a thrower still, regardless of all these kind of aggressive tendencies that are going on. If you stop them from getting supers and stuff like that, then they're not going to be able to get too much done. But he's now over the left-hand side, throwing out some pickaxe shots down there and not able to hit Lukitas just yet. He's duking well, but Exic taking some heavy fire in the mid from Alonso and Loco.
Alonso finding some tags here and there. Nothing too substantial just yet. Loco needs to be careful, and that salty barrel is great. Could potentially have been a super already unlocked by Alki, and if he jumped in, that would have been a quick kill. If they do get the Meg outside of her mech, that would be massive getting towards the final stages of that first round. It's not meant to be, at least not just yet. And both teams are just trying desperately to get some supers across the board so they can come into this final fight with all their chances to jump in from Alki. Riz is going to go down as well. It's only Alonso left alive, and he's not going to be trying it. Which, I mean, fair, it's a 1v2, but Meg outside of mech is not necessarily the most dangerous. I don't know, I feel like maybe it would have been worth a shot, but I can also respect the decision from Leaving the Witness to play it safe and keep the super for the next round.
Yeah, maybe a smart choice to keep that super, but not able to get too much done with it regardless. And see if he's going to be able to use it on Loco or use it on himself to pull Chalchi down the mid as well, or if he just wants to use it as that saving grace for himself. But Exit quickly falling out of super, and if they just don't feed this for the rest of the round, they should be able to clean up in the late portion of the game anyway.
Yeah, they have 3 supers available. No more mech for SKC, which should mean a fairly straightforward victory here. But then again, you would be surprised as Riz goes in and very quickly everyone else seems to be going out. Actually, Lukitas is able to take him out, but it's only a 2-for-1 trade, and Leaving the Witness should be fairly comfortable as Alki is going to make a run for the gas. Still gets a tag onto Alonso, and saw earlier how impactful that jump in was. Doesn't quite have it yet, but is going to be one shot closer from unlocking it.
Yeah, mortar up yet again, and they just need to get Exic out of that mech form really early on, because that's what seemed to work for them so well in that previous round. Get him down and get him out, because he's the main damage dealer. He's going to be the one who's doing the majority of stuff at the end of the game, tanking shots as well. And Alchi popping out the bush, gets hit by the mortar, and some of that fire does burn him down a little bit as well. Reed's trying to push up, but Mute has been fed to Lukitas, and that's going to be dangerous.
Yeah, that Mute might be what makes a difference, but there's also now a Carl super available. All 3 supers, as a matter of fact, for SKC, which gives them an advantage getting into the late game. The gas is going to be spawning in any second and closing the map. As right now, we start having that final engagement. Loco is shielded up, but jumping from Alki, but he goes down. Exic outside of his mech, didn't quite get the swipe out either.
Complete opposite way, and it would have been SKCalalas walking away with all the glory of that set, of that game, I should say. But back again, and now Leaving no Witness. They're just one game away from taking it to 2 sets up, and that's a dangerous position for SKCalalas to come back from.
Splash from Lukitas, try to funnel his opposition, and it's working quite all right. They're pushed back, playing it really distant from the mid. Loco is shielded up, though. That creates some space and some tags across the board. Exic also low HP, but did manage to pop a gadget to heal back up. Seems like for now, Leaving the Witness are going to be safe and sound after that initial aggression from SKC, and try their best to reset things and start unlocking some more supers for themselves. They do have, actually everyone has a super on Leave No Witness if you count the mortar that's placed down, and so far it does mean they have a little bit of an advantage getting into this first endgame.
Yeah, Exik fairly low as well, and the mortar's raining down. Lakitas can't really go back now, and Reese knows that he's going to go in, maybe overly aggressive, but the shots come through, and Exik's the only one available now. He's going to go down as well, and one round between Leave No Witness in the second set.
Honestly, worth it, you know, the Carl, even though he dies, he takes no one with him. He gets 2 players, 1 shot. And as Alonso and Loco won their fight in a 2v1, it was easy for them to close it out. Let's see if Leave No Witness are going to double down on their lead, pick up a second set, or if SKC can try to contest this game as well.
Well, Alchi jumping in. Loco's going to tank a lot of that, get some splash through as well, but it looks like this is an SKC round. Alonso going to run away and try not to feed supers to anybody but Exik, because it's not really going to matter if he has it. But now, it's 1-1 in this game, and SKCalalas have an answer clearly. It's that quick aggression that works for them.
Looking for some tags, looking for some supers. But both teams playing max distance. They know how important this round is going to be. Set the tone for potentially the rest of the match. So far, both teams are approaching things very carefully, very methodically. And it's probably going to be up for the gas again to force in a fight.
Yeah, still got this Gus shield and Reese with the super as well, and he does have that flying hook, and this is dangerous game for Alchi. He's seen it now as well. There goes the shield, and he messes up his flying hook, does have to back off, but not going to complain because he did get some control along with it. Super now available for Alchi, and that's a jump if I've ever seen one. Right there, gets the kill and doesn't actually go down. Mute comes in. Loco's going to surely go down as well now, and he does fall. SKC
around mid HP, and then that jump in from the bunny was just a final blow to claim the advantage and eventually pick up the round and game. 1-1 now in knockout, and SKCalalas are just 1 away from evening things out, the set score.
Yeah, good shots from Lakitas as well. Working towards that super, we know how influential it can be because the mute worked out so well in the previous one. Loco just trying to get some shots because he needs this mortar, whether that be in this game or the next, to be able to get some proper damage down and zone them out nicely. Alonso not having the easiest time against Alchi, but does find the connecting shot now. Just a little bit of a stalemate as we wait for some supers to be built up.
Same stuff as the previous 2 games. As you said, just trying to get some pokes, get some supers, and unless there's really a very big opportunity to go in and get a kill, both teams don't want to take the risk. Alonso is in a bit of danger, might have to pop a shield. Actually, I think they accept their demise, but the Carl doesn't quite. The shield on the Carl could actually have been enough there to get those 2 kills. Bit of miscommunication by Luke. No, he did pop the shield. Never mind. I just didn't see it come true.
That's because he missed it.
Oh, okay. Fair enough. Well, that works too. That works too.
Yeah, no, I mean, he totally missed the shield, though, as it probably would have been. Even if it had used it on self, it'd have probably won that round, as both of them were one-shot jumping now from Alchi, and that's overly aggressive, I feel. Maybe not the right play to make. Loco and Reese still survive, and both of them with supers. Same on the SKC, though. Both of them have supers as well, and more to place. It does seem quite defensive, and the gas should take that before it really starts to take effect. Well, maybe they want to sweep up this round faster than the gas coming in.
Yeah, honestly, I think a 2-on-2 is winning for SKC because the mute on Otis gains more and more value the less opponents there are, right? If you're in a 1v2 or a 1v1, you're ironing out even more of your opposition if you're able to connect that mute. So I don't necessarily even mind the trade. I think it's going to be favoring SKC. However, Exik needs to stay in the mech or it's going to be very dangerous. Riz with the super. Is it enough? A 1-on-1 now. The mute is going to connect. Is that going to do it? Yeah. 420.
Yeah, I mean, it's just really difficult for them. It's a difficult pill to swallow for them there, and they're going to need to come out strong in gem grab on gem 4, otherwise it could quite easily go the other way now. Momentum in their favor. And, I mean, although it was a mistake and they probably could have won that round and that set, maybe even going to put their heads even further down, knowing that they could be up right now instead of being even. Bans being Poco, Crow, and RT. Penny going to be the first pick of SKC here now, and then bans are the Squeak, the Janet, and the Ruffs.
First pick, Meg. Oh no, actually, I mean, first pick for Leave No Witness. The first pick was Penny on the side of SKC. Then the Meg and the Max joining the ranks of Leave No Witness. A Pam for SKC now. I mean, I really don't mind what I'm seeing on either side. You know, Max is going to be a fantastic mid. So is Pam. I'm assuming would be played mid. It could be Penny too, to be completely fair. I think Meg is probably going to be better on lane though, and this is an interesting one here. I feel like it's been a really long time since I've seen it on Gemfort, but it's been quite a while since, you know, we've had Gemfort in the competitive map pool, so
finally
that maybe has a little bit of an impact. And yeah, Ark is going to be incredibly happy right now. This is a moment where, you know, we get the caster reaction from Ark, because we see the Amber, and I'm sure he sees it too, and that puts a smile on his face.
I mean, I really like this comp from Leave No Witness, I will say. I think it's very, very strong, and I mean, the same on SKC as well. Both sides of this this matchup are incredibly strong comps, and you know, it's kind of just like flood the mid and hope it goes well. I think for both teams, more SKC than it is for Leave No Witness. As, you know, the Pam, the Penny, the Ems, they're all capable of just sticking down some, well, two of them are capable of sticking down some turrets, and the other one can just pop that super in the mid.
Yeah, seeing how quickly they drafted as well, it feels like both teams knew exactly what sort of comps they wanted to play with and not necessarily care too much for what their opposition does, as both teams are tank aware with those comps and can really be versatile enough to deal against any sort of team compositions. It's just about which one is going to be stronger here, as we do have tons of grounds on the right hand side that are covered by flames. Alonso needs to be careful. Lukitas catches him off guard, and all the oil is going to burn up without getting a single tick of damage onto anyone.
Yeah, a lot of gems in the hands of Leave No Witness now as well, and this is the team we expect. One of them does go down, and then Reese is just left in the middle of everything. Supers everywhere, and a super thrown out to the right hand side with Mama Squeeze as well. That's 8 gems picked up, another 2 on the floor, and that's countdown for SKC now.
They had a 6-gem lead, but now suddenly there's none left in the pocket for Leave No Witness. They need a kill to interrupt this countdown. Loco getting some damage down onto Alki, but I don't know if that's going to be enough, and Alonso is shooting at the wrong target. They do get the kill, but surely they can't find Lukitas now. They need the entire team to come help out. With 10 seconds left, that's easier said than done.
Yeah, Reese now just pushing forward, trying to get some damage down, but it's just, as you said, too little too late, not enough for them. And although Leave No Witness were
decided to be greedy, and the gem carrier, it wasn't actually the gem carrier, but Riz was carrying the gems at the time. He got greedy, tried to pick up the gems from his fallen teammate, and instead of just holding on to his own, there were just none left in the bank. And it's a tough decision to make because you have the lead for so long and kind of want to try to keep it. It's better to be even than to lose, and so far, Leave No Witness, they're losing now.
Yeah, well, 4 gems in the hands of SKC, and Loco now pushing through the mid once more. Alchi maybe overstaying his welcome this time and getting burned down. Exix slowed and burned as Alonso throws that onto him now as well. Lukitas just picking up those gems and taking a lot of damage along with it as well, allowing them to maybe keep this control a little bit longer than they would have done if he hadn't taken that damage. But super now being popped by Loco, speeds straight onto the Meg, and should maybe have gone a little bit more aggressive than he did. And Scrapsucker coming in from Alchi, but it's straight away getting swiped at, and should be able to get this here with the turret, but if not, he's going to get a lot of control. Loco, 6 gems in his head and 4 gems on Lukitas. Very close game here.
Alonso not shooting the oil because he wants to keep the area slowed, but actually a shot is going to be missed and will connect on the oil. Lukitas getting some nice tags onto Riz, and his Exix super in the mid. Pops it a bit early, but Alonso still gets caught. Riz looking to find an angle. They still have a 1-gem lead, but that might not last for very long, as Exix is looking to maybe get a pickup on the right. The flames from Alonso will connect, and Exik is going to be very low HP.
Yeah, Alki down. Gem on the floor, super down as well. Exik's going to get some heals off that, and so is Alki. Reese over the left-hand side, not in mech. Need to try and get out of the situation, but they're surrounded. 3 players surround them and stop them from going back. Maybe they'll have to go forwards and try and avoid it that way. That's exactly what they're choosing to do, and they're heading straight into the spawn of Leave No Witness here. Super thrown out by Lakitas as well. Down go 2 of the players. Reese, the only one remaining, has the mech, but nothing else. And SK, come on though. It was all SKC. They had the gems pretty much throughout the entire thing. I'm sure it said parallel plays a second ago, but now it is safe zone heist. Maybe I'm just completely losing it, but at the end of the day, I kind of prefer this map to be possibly the decider.
I don't mind it either, rather. And that's going to be quite a bit of long-range fights. So usually, oh, well, back in parallel plays now,
Maybe I'm not losing it.
It happens. It happens. We'll see the Lu as a first pick here, and it makes more sense here than on safe zone, let's be honest. Spike going to be facing in very early into that draft here for SKC. Amber already brought into the mix as well, and I really like Amber here. I mean, again, Amber really good pretty much everywhere, but if you can burn the bushes that are on your defense side, you'll be able to just, you know, get full on information there. Or if you just put a slow, that's going to be a nightmare for your opponents to try to push through.
Sweet going to be picked up next, along with that Lu, and nice stuff. They pick up the Eve as well, going to be able to levitate over that water. Smart decision, especially with this new gear, given though the 4 spawnables does make it just that little bit better. And honestly, so far we've kind of seen it is very, very solid. Now, seemingly over to SKC for their last pick. The Spike and Amber, pretty good, but Mortis is something that you can't expect ever, and it's something that actually might work all right. The Lu might be able to stun it out quite a lot, but against the other 2, it's going to be able to do some decent damage in cycle.
Interesting. Very interesting. I don't know what to think, because, I mean, it will win 1v1s against everyone, and not really consistently against the Lu. Like, the Lu, as you said, is going to be the strongest defensive measure here against the Mortis. But if Loco gets enough connections onto Lakitas will be like half HP after getting the kill, and potentially with some good team play they can take care of him. Same with the Eve that can jump away if the Mortis gets too close at least once or twice, as we'll see right now, and that should more often than not result in Exit going down. We'll see an exact scenario happening now, but if that's going to be enough is the real question. There's a limited amount of gadgets that Riz has available, and I don't know if that will cut it.
It seems pretty even so far. Exit not off to the best start as he did go down, but now Alki is over to that left-hand side. And we see just moving over to the right now, and he goes dashing through to this Spike, this Squeak, and he doesn't have a lot of ammo, but actually managed to get his super and managed to come out on top of that one with pretty much full HP as well. Aggressive plays coming in from SKC now, and a little bit of heal thanks to the life plant, and Exy is straight back on the Squeak, super thrown directly up, and that might take him down, but only one connected. He gets the kill, does get traded out by that last shot, but seems SKC maybe have a little bit of a lead here.
Yeah, the thing in the meantime is that Lakitas has decided to make the map his canvas and has painted all over it with oil, and every time someone walks in it with the new gear, they'll be slowed. And that is very scary, because at any moment, Lakitas can just set it on fire, or for his opponents, I mean, it's going to be less distance that Exik has to dash to make it to his opposition, and Aoki can just, you know, get some easy shots to connect. Doesn't seem like he needs it as Alonso falls, and right now SKC, they're looking like they're on the right way to match point.
Yeah, they are looking very, very good. Shots from Amber as well, and a burn there. Luco's going to go down, and Algie just staying on the zone. Some shots coming through, getting pinched in, but now the pinch comes from SKC as Exit comes through. Super gets two, gets the heals of it as well, and he's pretty much full HP, and he is now. Lakitas low, but Exit can tank out a lot of this damage and surely be able to bring it home here. Super being thrown down, both of them actually as well, Squeak Super and Lu Super. It's not over yet, but it's getting towards that way.
It's looking complicated for SKC, for Leave No Witness. SKC now 5% away from taking this game and securing 2 match points, and Exik just dashes into the zone. Should be able to close it out, and will do just that.
It was a good decision no matter what, and he still had some of it down. Rees instantly over to this left-hand side. Gets that percentage lead early on as he can get there the fastest, but Exik going aggressive, and he's just trying to bait out these gadgets at this point, and does successfully do that.
Exik should end up going down, and he will do just that. And immediately they're pushing upwards, looking for some more map control and a chance maybe to get some positioning into the zone. Another super from Lokida's placed down. Exik is going in, but can't quite get his super in time to heal back up and take care of Alonso. Instead, Leave No Witness so far are doing quite well, but we saw as soon as the Mortis gets a super, he was able to chain it quite a couple of times, not necessarily in a row, but just being a shot or two away from his next one definitely helps out a ton.
Yeah, Exik gets the dash through, gets some super back in hand as well. Rees having to back off and move away as he doesn't want to really use these gadgets to be able to get away from Mortis. He wants to use them aggressively, but through comes the super. Exik going to try and get some chains through. Alonso not going to fall down. A bit of a slow came from Alki there onto Rees, but wasn't able to finish things off. And they've still got a lot of their home zone to secure, and they've got a decent amount of SKC's side, so we're going to need something special from Exik.
He's ready. He has super, and all he needs is the good timing. SKC do have a little bit of a lead, but that might be temporary, as Leave No Witness also captured a bit on enemy territory. Exik was a free kill there onto Alonso with his super. Riz is able to get the trade, but the Flames will take the better of one more player from Leave No Witness, and SKC are getting a couple more percentages on the board. Last Leave No Witness have finished capturing their own side, and now they can start to focus more on aggressing as they have the man advantage and some nice respawn cycles. A low HP Spike, Leave No Witness might just be sealing away this game.
Super coming in from Blue there and does actually get the kill, and they might be taking this one. Exit's going to miss the super as well, get taken down. It's pretty much all up to Alki now. Amber's maybe too far off to be able to get anything done. Super comes down, but Loco's slowed out, might be able to get the pinch. They've got to go for the kill. You can't just wait around. Something needs to happen, and I think they've just accepted defeat of this game at this point, and that is going to be Leave No Witness one game.
Are able to close out this match as they still have that match point in hand, or if Leave No Witness can turn things around.
Well, we'll see if Exik can get off to a bit of a better start this time. He is up against that Lu early on, so not the best matchup. Sure, he wants to be over on the sweep, but Rees is falling low early on with Lakita's taking him off guard. Some amber oil being thrown down, and that's going to be the slow. He's going to follow up with a kill on that, and that is a great start for SKC. Burn down, but I believe some percentages is ticking away up top.
Yeah, Alki in a good position and trying to heal up. Will end up going down, but Lakita still got the trade and a couple of percentages on the board in the top right zone for Leave No Witness. SKC barely even, all things considered, and actually was a little bit of a lead if you look at the percentages on each zone. They should be able to claim the lead as long as they don't give up any control on the top right side of the map.
Yeah, this amber oil over the right-hand side is going to be nasty as well, going to provide a slow. Exik manages to get away from that super as well. Great play from him. Doesn't want to leave this right-hand side and doesn't necessarily need to aggress really either. Some good shots coming through now. He is going forward and gets the aggression. Does get the kill, and the creepy harvest gets him the HP back as well. Loco now the only one remaining, and this has surely got to be it for Leave No Witness unless something absolutely magical happens for them. Exit's going to move straight onto Alonso once more, get the super off, get the kill, and the burn down damage on Rees will take him out. 10% lead, and this is almost a nail in the coffin now. Lu's super's going to be thrown out, and it gives them a bit of a lifeline.
Now Luki does his slow, nearly goes down, but the Cactus will heal him back up. Exik trying to chase Riz, but can dash farm, but not over water. Leave No Witness in big time trouble. There's still time left, but no more room for mistakes. I need to make sure that SKC stay as far away as possible from their zone. Exik trying to get a couple more percentages, but not really able to, and that created a bit of a distraction as Lukitas does go down. Alki is 1 HP. Exik is again gonna try to focus their resources on defense as he commits to a push of his own, and this time around he finds Riz. 1% left, and there you have it. SK SKCalalas was a huge upset in semi-final number 2 and overjoyed on their side as they finally make it past semis and lock in their spot in the grand finals.
What a play. I mean, it really is the day of the